Good evening.
Good evening, friends, and welcome to another session of Candid Meena, a very interesting session we have lined up for you today. We look deep into some of the reasons why devotional films in South India, a handful of devotional films, which have, sort of shown the Hindu culture and the gods in the right kind of light, with the right kind of information and beautiful picturization, wonderful acting talent, and cinematography. I'm talking about films like mainly Malikappuram and Kantara. These small budget films have become a huge hit across India, especially with the likes of Kantara, crossing 500 crores in the box office. And I do remember that I was trying to get a ticket online in Book My Show in Bangalore, and I couldn't, get a single ticket because it was fully occupied, and that too on a weekday. I tried, so from that you can understand why people are, thirsting for films like this, which is devotional films, which shows, Sanatan Dharma in the right light, and what is the cost that people are, waiting for such kind of, content. Yes, over to you.
Yeah. So before we go on to the review of Malikappuram, I would like to talk to you about something that's troubling, India in taking into point somebody's interference in our affairs. Okay. So let's just first take you to the toon tale, which will make you understand where we're going towards. Okay. So this you can see from the cartoon what's happening. You can see the puppeteer here. Who is the puppeteer here? And who are the puppets? Okay, you can see one is Papu, and the other is the Break India forces, which is China and other countries. Okay, and who is this puppeteer? You would have recognized. Similarly, who is the man who's kicking him out of the country is also very obvious. So this has become the main focus of at today's talk, and also the fact that, see, we need to get rid of such people and their opinions. Okay, so I'd also like to tell you that, see, this cartoon was actually inspired by Maya. So Maya said, "Do you think, Meena, we could do a cartoon like this?" So thank you for that, Maya, and welcome to Chitra. Yeah,
Welcome,
and
Chitra, Maya,
yeah,
Vinny,
Winnie,
Divided States
Divided States
Women.
of India. Okay. So now, friends, see what we start first with the Soros story. So let's just go to that the pictures. So Jaydeep, just go on. Yeah. So now, George Soros, who is nothing less than 92 years, said in a speech on Thursday that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be weakened as a politician due to financial troubles, and that Gautam Adani finds himself in. He was talking with reference to the Hindenburg report, accusing the group of stock price manipulation. Thousands of crores of stock value of the Adani group had been wiped out due to the accusations that were later denied by the tycoon. Now, I don't understand that. See, what is his role in Indian politics? Okay, and why would he want to interfere in another country's affairs? But it's very clear that he is a puppeteer who has puppets like Congress and anti-India forces in his hand. Okay. Now, just yesterday, Rajdeep Sardesai mocked the foreign hand theory, asked, who is this foreign hand theory that is you all are talking about, that is, trying to disturb India? Now, George Soros has very clearly answered all his questions. Another very, very frank, what you call the thing is proof is that the vice president of George Soros's Open Society Foundation, Salil Shetty, had joined Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra on 11th October. So when you look at Salil Shetty's history, we find that he was present at Shaheen Bagh, Singhu border, and many other protest sites. So who is this? Is this man behind the Tukde Tukde gang? Is this man behind the farmers' agitation? Is he behind the Shaheen Bagh? Now, one more very interesting thing was Shashi Tharoor. Okay, we're talking about some years back. Shashi Tharoor met George Soros just 2 days before taking oath. This is in the time of the UPA government. Before taking oath as the Minister of State for External Affairs. Okay, just 2 days before. Did he meet him to seek his blessings or guidance? Or it was Soros who was deciding the ministry at that time? Just like, all these paid media in India, Bakatat and all were doing. So here also, there is something very, very sinister, and this connection between the party and this old man. Now, see, let's just look at some more important points. Now, this billionaire George Soros has been saying that the Adani crisis may spark a democratic revival in India. And look at the way our media has been responding. So this is something that I found in the Financial Times. So it says, the fallout from US short seller Hindenburg researchers' attack on the conglomerate threatens to hurt investor confidence in India and has refueled concerns about the country's regulatory framework and sparked questions about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ties with Adani. The turmoil engulfing Gautam Adani's business empire that sparked a punishing stock market sell-off and shaken faith in India as an investment opportunity may open the door to a democratic revival in the country. According to a billionaire, Soros, the fallout from US short seller Hindenburg researchers' attack on the conglomerate threatens to hurt investor confidence in India, has fueled concerns about the country's regulatory framework and sparked questions about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ties with Adani. Now, Modi is silent on the subject, says Soros, but he will have to answer questions from foreign investors and in Parliament. He said in a speech ahead of the Munich Security Conference. This will significantly weaken Modi's stronghold on India's federal government and open the door to push for much needed institutional reforms. I may be naive, but I expect a democratic revival in India. Now, Soros, who has a net worth of about $8.5 billion, is the founder of Open Society Foundations, which gives grants to groups and individuals that promote democracy, transparency, and freedom of speech. The damning short seller report in late January accused the Adani Group of accounting fraud and stock manipulation, sparking a stock rout that's wiped out more than 120 billion of the empire's market value and saw the man who was once the world's second wealthiest tumble down the rankings of the Bloomberg Billionaire Index. The crisis has also put the spotlight. Remember, this is a report from the Financial Times. This crisis has put the spotlight on Modi's relationship with Adani. India's opposition has been drawing attention to the pair's close ties and to the business tycoon's meteoric growth that mirrors Modi's political journey to the top elected office. Modi has not directly addressed the issue. The latest focus in the Adani saga is on the empire's debt. After a borrowing a blitz in several years, a spike in yields and questions about access to overseeing financing following the short seller report has prompted warnings that the group's more high-leveraged companies have little capacity to absorb higher interest rates. Now, see, even so now one thing is very clear, is that what does this man have? What is his interest in India? His interest is to create riots, dismantle India, let it go into chaos, break the societal norms, okay, make us a poor nation. So this is very clearly his intention. And there are many people, as we see, within India who are helping him. Okay, this is the time, as we all know, that we need to stand with our Prime Minister. And we all know that in his 2 tenures as the Prime Minister, there has not been even one scandal. Okay, and whatever he has done has been for the only betterment of India and also raising the standard of India in the world, in the globe. Now, we've also been seen as a helping friend to many countries, including now Turkey and Syria, as we see. So people have relied on India, unlike Pakistan, which is in the doldrums. Okay, so everybody knows that you can trust India whenever there is a need, a requirement. So it is this sort of unity and this progress, of our country that this old man and his, what you call his parasites are trying to bring about. Earlier, he was hiding behind many masks. People did not know who he was. Okay. And then when we saw this senile old man, what is his interest in India? And all these people, if you look at everybody from this Tukre Tukre gang to all this, the weather girl and the girl in Pakistan, all these people, the singer, all of them joining hands because this man is paying them in plenty. Okay. Now he's got absolutely no option but to openly attack Modi ji. So this is the time where Indians have to prove their strength and stand with the Prime Minister and make sure such enemies become dust. It is clearly, whatever you see today, it is a fight of dharma against adharma. Please see these people as exactly as the war that happened in Mahabharata. Okay, you have few people which is India, and you have the anti-India forces. Okay, so you're talking about a very huge group. When you talk about Kauravas, they are 100 in number and many more. Okay, similarly, we have a lot of enemies outside and within India. So it is our duty to not only uphold, every sort of righteous manner in which our country is going forward, and protect. Because that means we are keeping our people safe. Please do not think it is the duty of only one leader to do it. Each one of us as a citizen has a job to do it. And you can see the open way in which this man is attacking, as though he wants Rahul Gandhi to become the Prime Minister of India. Is that why he sent his speech?
So who is George Soros? George Soros is a multi-billionaire, right? How does he make money? He makes money by destabilizing the economies of various countries, by putting in money for political movements in that particular country against the existing government. So by destabilizing a country, he will make money by short selling the currency of that particular nation, and that's how he made a lot of money, right? He broke the Bank of England, and now he thinks that India is India is one of the upcoming economies of the world which is doing well at this point of time when all the countries are suffering, like Pakistan and Sri Lanka and Turkey and even the likes of China. So now, at this particular point of time, he knows that Modi's government is the stable factor in India, and so the way to destabilize India is by somehow or the other trying to take Modi out of the equation. Now, how do you take Modi out of the equation? By funding, certain political movements, certain political, people, certain political outfits, maybe certain movie stars, certain, multinational companies, certain social media companies, right? So that's how he is trying to assert his agenda in India, right? Through
Also,
left wing
see,
liberals.
for those people who do not know, even companies like Dunzo, are owned by his company. So we do not know. Many of these companies, do not talk about the owner. But this man is behind that. And as Karthik so rightly says, Soros is just one member of the cabal. There are many still there controlling banks, organizations like
Yes.
CIA, World Bank, etc. And Maya says, coming 2024, we will see many more hat jobs, and even worse may come. So we should all stand firmly behind our Prime Minister, even if we may not agree with his actions all the time. So unity is most important. And Chitra says, here in US, no one cares about him, though he's a democratic supporter. His days are numbered. India will win. We are not a banana republic. We are a strong and vibrant democracy. True Indian says, maybe George Soros is Benami of all evil leaders. Remember, Illuminati kind. They are the mafia kind. Karthik says, expect an indirect threat from Bill Gates about another. Yes, exactly. And also, like we said yesterday, there's, according to Twitter, Matt Wallace, who is the CEO of Twitter, he said very clearly that many more things about Bill Gates is going to be exposed. And I'm sure it is in concern with Epstein's, findings. So this is something we are really waiting for, because there are many hidden Bill Gates friends among politicians here. Okay, so they should also be exposed. Divided streets. George Soros was involved in Biden election. Actually, Trump won the election, but they rigged 2020 election. They blew up Atlanta computer where Hillary stored
Yes.
emails. Yes, we should Indianize the job market. So any layoffs on Twitter or Amazon or Google will not affect
Yes.
us.
That's a very good point, True Indian.
Maya says he exerted his clout in Malaysia. Betoppling the government brought down Thatcher in UK. So he thought he
Yes.
would get away this time too. And if he thinks that we will topple this government down, that he has the power to do so, he does not know the power of Indians.
He does
When
not
they
know
are
the power.
united, nothing can happen.
He does not know the power of a Gujarati brain.
Yes.
That's what he's doesn't know. He's underestimating the power, the shrewdness of a Gujarati brain, which is Modi ji, right?
Yeah. So let's now move on to the next piece of story, the review of Malikappuram. Okay, so let
Yeah,
me
just
just go
hold
to
on.
that. Yeah. Can we go to that, Jerry?
Yeah,
So I think you can just start with the first. Yeah. So that's a poster. So then let's start systematically, Jerry. Let me just talk about the review. Now, after Kantara, another movie that's going viral is Malikappuram, a Malayalam movie featuring Unni Mukundan. In an industry dominated by the Matanjeri mafia for the last several years, this kind of a clean movie with a simple script and beautiful music is so refreshing to the soul. In an era where our Sanatana Dharma is bashed at every edge as a part of an agenda at every minute, when a movie based on Lord Shabrimala Ayyappa becomes a hit, it means it has resounded in the hearts of so many people. Now, please realize, see, this kind of movie has come at a time when almost all the Bollywood movies have flopped. Nobody has gone to the theaters, theaters are empty. And they blame it on COVID, but it's not COVID. It is the boycott Bollywood movement, instigated by our soul, our sweet soul, Sushant Singh Rajput. Okay, so now here comes this movie from Kerala based on Shabrimala Ayyappa. And this is the hero, Unni Mukundan. Now, this, when you think about what this movie is, it's a very, very simple story. It doesn't have any of the complication that, Brahmastra or Pathan or anything may have. The movie explores the voyage of a young girl in search of Lord Ayyappa, which on a metaphysical level can be taken as a human's eternal quest to meet God. In this case, the 8-year-old Kallu, who is played by Devananda, lives for the moment when she will visit Lord Ayyappa temple with her father. The small tragic and happy moments that make up this young girl's life with her friend form the highlights of the trip to the temple. And her own innocent belief that nothing can possibly go wrong when the God is with the Lord and God is with her form the rest of the movie. Now the movie starts with these are the things that we really liked about the movie. The movie starts with the lighting of the Jyoti, okay, which happens in the Magara Vilakka time in December, when all the Ayyappa Bhaks come to the temple. So the movie starts with the Jyoti, the lamp that is lit on the mountain tops when pilgrims assemble at Shabrimala, and the movie ends with the beautiful song Harivara Sanam, a song which is made to put Lord Ayyappa to sleep. Now, this original song was sung by a very young Yeshudas, one of the top singers of India. Today, it is sung by an unknown man, and he has the same voice as Yeshudas. If you listen to that song, it gives you goosebumps. Now, many scenes are very surreal. When the hero, Unni Mukundan, glances at the girl, only she can see who he truly is. Okay, his eyes have a certain glow to him, and she knows that there is something very, very, tangible about him. Or the scene where he dances with giant-sized statues of Lord Shiva with 6 hands. Let me just show you that image. I don't think I've got that. There's an image where you have a huge statue of Lord Shiva with 6 hands, which are moving, and as he dances with other people to the beat, you almost feel: is it real? Is it not real? Have the gods landed, on earth? So when it feels as if all the gods have woken up in this Kali Yuga to settle scores with the wicked. Yet this movie cannot be slotted, as usually people like to slaughter movies. This movie cannot be slotted as a devotional movie. As the director very cleverly, as it moves towards the conclusion, has shown the hero as a temple guard with the name Ayyappa. This is to tell detractors that the movie is not preaching anything. It is how a human sees different situations. For the believer, many incidents teach us that the divine force comes into our lives many times, in many ways, in many images. This little girl, as an ardent believer, is shown as one such person. In fact, the little girl is the one who holds your attention. Yeah. The little girl holds your attention, and her emotions are displayed so beautifully, her unshakable faith in Lord Ayyappa. Many a time when we watch Unni Mukundan. So here, these are some images which I would like to show you, especially this one, in the fighting scenes and in this glow. The beautiful choreography, the beautiful cinematography, the lush forests of and the river Pamba. Many times when we watch Unni Mukundan under special lighting or the fight moments, tears come to our eyes because we cannot believe this is an actor. Is there something more to it? And this is the true power of a good movie. When you suspend all the suspension of belief that all that is happening in front of you, it's true. The lead characters flawlessly connect you at a subconscious level through their realistic and well-paced performance and natural dialogue style. When you walk out of the movie, you carry a bit of Shabrimala and Lord Ayyappa with you. It is as if in this age, when boycott Bollywood has ensured the theatres are empty, Ayyappa has blessed this film and its crew. Again, I go back to the excellent cinematography of the lush green forests and the Pamba River. The editing, the choreography all deserve an applause. With such a small budget, director Vishnu and writer Abhilash Pillai have created a divine hit on par with Kantara. This may be the revival of good films in Malayalam too, which has been dictated by mafia kind of films like Beast and Monster and all, unbelievable movies filled with violence and sex. This movie is an amazing, as you can say, a storytelling experience. The story is, evolves so beautifully, and this is what the Malayalam film industry has been waiting for. No Hindu bashing, no glorification of beef eating, no agenda-filled narratives against family relationships, no repulsive scenes like you saw in the Great Indian Kitchen. Through word of mouth, this film has been seeing full theatres ever since its release. Can you imagine? I mean, how this movie with this small budget, has fared in theatres. So, friends, it's there it's dubbed in every language. Please see it, appreciate it, talk about it on social media. Today, this movie and movies like Antara are a challenge to every big director in Bollywood. Be it Aditya Chopra, be it Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. Let them just
So,
understand that you don't
so I
need
have a
anything
very
to make a good film.
yeah, I have a very interesting point to note is that Unni Mukundan is an outsider in the Malayalam film industry. Now, as you know that in Malayalam film industry, it is dominated by the likes of Mohanlal and Mammootty. Now, Uni Mukundan has a very bright career ahead of him, but he is an outsider. Don't forget the fact that he is an outsider. And there was a allegation that he sexually assaulted a girl, NRI girl. Now, was I'm sure this is a fake case against Uni Mukundan to destroy his career by the cabal. Why don't you see a rape case against a nepotistic son or daughter, in the film industry? Why does that not happen? You mean to say that they're all, very straightforward people? But against Uni Mukundan, this case was filed, and I'm sure it's a false case which is being filed against him, so that his career gets destroyed, right? Because as you know that Malikappuram is a huge hit in the whole of Kerala, and also it is catching up to the other states of India. So this is how they are trying to stifle the talent, the outside talent in all these whether it is South or whether it is Bollywood, right? That's how they are stifling talent. Yeah, what would you what
Yeah,
would you
also, yes, exactly. And as you said, he was also raided by the income tax people when he hardly has any money. Now, these people who have been behind Ashirwad, which is the production house run by Mohanlal's ex-driver, okay, and also movies by Prithvi Raj's wife. So these are the movies that are connected to mafia. And here you have a small young man who grew up in Gujarat into a middle class family, who struggled in Malayalam. When he realized that nobody is going to give him films, he started making his own films. That is how small actors like him are surviving. Now they are doing the same thing as they did to Sushant Singh Rajput in Kerala. So what Jaidev told you exactly is what they're doing to him. But let me tell you, see, Maya says, spellbound narration, Minaji, you're giving goosebumps. I feel like going right now to see it. Let me tell you one thing, Maya and other friends. Many a times when I watched this film, I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And this sort of experience, you can't explain it. It's so beautiful. There is no agenda to it, nothing. Anybody who sees this, their hair will stand on it. So this is something I request all of you, please see it, please push it, because whenever there are stories that are connecting a human being to reality and his thoughts, which is like Kantara, or which is like even Pushpa to a certain extent was like that. Whenever it reaches out to reality, and this is exactly what Kantara's actor and director said. Always when you have movies that not only touch folklore, but are there in the hearts of people, right from the time of your grandparents, it is those kind of movies that click. So my message to Akshay Kumar, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, you can stand on your head and you can go to the most exotic locations to shoot. To the most exotic locations in Spain or in France and pick an island and make the women undressed. But ultimately, a movie like Malikappuram, where there is not even one nude scene, there is no actress, okay, there is no romance. The music is simple and divine. This movie, merely through word of mouth, is making crores. Hats off to you, the director, the music director, the actor, and this little young girl and her friend who have acted so brilliantly. I do not know what sort of divinity is there within this girl for her to act in this manner. So my earnest request to all of you, see this movie and give them the accolades they deserve, because they don't have many people who will promote them. Okay, only we can promote them. We are the common man. Yes, back to you, Jenny.
Yeah, so also, friends, don't forget the fact that Kantara was one of the biggest hits, in India. and it collected over 500 crores. And it was a brilliant job, done by Rishabh Shetty, right? So, what does this say? I mean, why is it so successful? Because Hindus have woken up. The proud feeling of being Hindu has woken up after the boycott Bollywood movement, right? Especially after SSR was murdered. And also after collecting 500 crores, the Karnataka state government announced a monthly allowance for Bhutakala performers over 60 years of age due to this film. So Bhutakala is the art form which is being shown in this particular picture, right? So you can see the kind of positive effects it has had on the Indian society, giving jobs, giving some sort of income for the dance performers. So this is how these films have brought about a very positive change, especially among the youth of India, who are being brainwashed by all the left liberal content that you see on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, right, and all those Bollywood flicks, right? So another interesting development has taken place. Just hold on.
Also, before Jaidev, you go on to the next point, I want to make one more point. See, people have been struggling in the movie industry, right from Amir Khan to others to portray the role of, Krishna in Mahabharata and Arjuna and etc. etc. Now, look at this picture on your screen. This is only Mukundan, okay, during one of the fight scenes. Look at the pose. I mean, I would say that he's even better than Prabhas because he's got the features for doing historical roles, and he doesn't overact. So when you get actors like this means you have gems in your hands. Yes, and the film society will ensure that his life becomes miserable because they only want to give roles to Prithvi Raj, or they want to give it to again the old granddaddies like Mohanlal and Mammootty. Movies will not go to such small actors. So it is my earnest request: watch this movie, give your own opinion, write about it in social media, and talk to it to all your friends. Spread the word.
Yeah, so coming to the next point, friends, is with regards to the Thakres. And it's a very interesting and good news regarding the Thakres. Now, what's the news of the Thakres is that Uddhav Thackeray loses name symbol of Shiv Sena founded by his father. Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray, as you know, have been fighting for the party's identity following farmers' rebellion last year. Now, apparently, Eknath Shinde's claim or the party name on the bow and arrow symbol has been cleared by the Election Commission in a huge setback for Uddhav Thackeray. In the 78-page order on the protracted battle for control of the organization, the Commission said Mr. Shinde, who became Chief Minister, was supported by MLAs with 76% of the party's winning votes. It allowed a faction led by Uddhav Thackeray, whose father Bal Thackeray founded the Shiv Sena in 1966, to keep the flaming torch symbol allotted last year. I thank the Election Commission. The majority counts in democracy. This is the victory of Bal Sahib's legacy. Ours is a true Shiv Sena. And Sanjay Raut said such a decision was expected. We don't have faith in the Election Commission. Now, so this is so the bow and arrow symbol.
It's very good news. Yes.
So it's kind of hilarious that Sanjay Raut doesn't have faith in the Election Commission now. So now is the perfect time for the BJP led by Eknath Shinde, the BJP Maharashtra government, to zero in on the SIT case of the Disha Salyan case, because now Thackeray is losing strength each and every day, right? If not now, then when, right? Will they do it towards the next year general election? Will we see some development in the SSR case or the Disha Salyan case, right? We should
Yeah,
strongly
absolutely.
stand in, yeah.
Absolutely.
I was Miss Karnataka in '97 and I stayed away from films and ads due to some reasons. whatever you have spoken about the industry is right, and I have been part of the few good things and stayed away. Otherwise, you did a wise decision, Miss Jyotsna, by staying away from this dirty film industry. The cabal originated in the 1600s in the Northeast Europe. The founding members were stakeholders of the banks in Europe. They took the name of the Illuminati to avoid suspicion. Yes. So, senior journalist Rajagopalan has said there are 8 more members of the cabal. So, wait and watch for Asuras to reveal their colors.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, Soros broke the Bank of England by shorting on the stock exchange, making $1 billion in '92. This is how he makes money and then spends it on toppling governments. He should not be allowed to interfere here. Yes, Sona. One of the top news is YouTube CEO is an Indian-born American, so we may have some balance at the corporate side in case of controversy. I'm not very, hopeful. Even though he is Indian origin, how did he rise to that occasion without the support of, I mean, he won't be. If you're expecting some support for right-wing media, I don't think that will happen. Soros thinks by propping Papu he can defeat Modi. Poor guy does not know Papu's intellectual capacity, says Mira. They're all devils and criminals working to kill all the poor people in the world, working with big pharma to manipulate.
Absolutely.
Yes, Leela, this is a very disturbing thought, right? All the pharma companies are not being questioned by media and the government. So this is quite disturbing. It is said that the dirty work of the cabal began with the French Revolution, moving to American Civil War, 2 world wars, and all the nonsense. Yes. No one remembers the CM of Maharashtra when Mumbai riots, which saw many more deaths. What about Sikh riots? Why only Gujarat riots and Modi is always kept alive? Shows Modi haters agenda. So you can see, friends, that who is behind the BBC documentary, who is behind the negative, behind the Hindenburg report of Adani, who is behind, funding of certain media agencies who is criticizing Adani. So you can see it is quite obvious that it is none other than George Soros who's pumping in millions and millions of dollars, right, into their bank accounts. When time comes, I'm willing to share a few experiences. When I see you and Jere, it's a mirror for me and my son, and that's what attracts me to your channel. Please share email ID so I can write more. Thank you. And the email ID is candidmeenafamily at the rate gmail.com. You can write to that email, Jyotsna. It's there in the scrolling, which you see below the video, right? Brahmastra is about love story of front beef and Halubai with VFX, but no Sanatan touch. But Kantara, Kartike 2 and Malikappuram are supremely raw. Embrace Sanatan. This is real cinema in short budget. Very well said, Ajay. So, coming to the next piece of news, friends, is with regards to Rashmika Mandana. And like as we said yesterday, that Telugu actress Samantha has bought a sea-facing apartment in Mumbai because she has shifted to Mumbai, and because she is getting a lot of offers from the Bollywood people. Right now, with regards to Rashmika Mandana, as you know, that she also had a share of Bollywood films which were flops. Now, apparently, according to certain reports, Rashmika Mandana, is said to have own luxurious apartments in Hyderabad, Goa, Coorg, Mumbai, and Bangalore, respectively. But when she was questioned regarding this particular report or social media post, Rashmika dismissed this as not being true, right? So this is quite interesting that the main reason as to why these Telugu actresses are flocking to Bollywood is because they are being offered huge sums of money, and also all these luxuries like huge sea-facing apartments, cars, luxury cars, jewelry, and that's the reason why all these Telugu actresses and are going to Bollywood and acting opposite the Khans, right? So, what would you like to say about this particular news?
Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like first of all, I feel that the life of an actress, whether she's from south or from the north, it's a very short one. If they get a few films where they can make money, they make money and quickly get married, to whoever is a businessman, or a rich billionaire, because when you go after a movie, it is only because of money that they go. And they know the kind of world, just now Josna has also spoken about it, that what is the kind of world that they're going into. It is a very sleazy world where everybody is using you. And Rashmika has changed from a, very demure, well-dressed woman into someone who looks like a cabaret dancer, you know. And the kind of role that she's played in Vijay's movie makes one shocked. I mean, is this what she thinks acting is all about? You know, and if you're asking about, whether the Kannada industry has, sort of boycotted her, yes, they have, because she hasn't spoken very much in favor of them. And I don't think she'll be getting in many more Kannada films. It'll be all sort of Bollywood movies, and that also where she's only a item piece. Kalanti says South films were always gateway to Bollywood. So many Bollywood actresses have started their careers from the South. Their final aim has always been Bollywood. Now, if you look at Shehzada, the full HD new film, they say has been leaked online to watch and free download. This is perhaps because it's a flop already. Now, Karthik Aryan and Kriti Sanin star in this movie, and they say that it has been leaked on the day of the release. On multiple torrent sites like the Tamil Rockers, Telegram, Filmizilla, Movie Rulers, and more just like a few hours after the release. The film, they say, has a good buzz due to the song character Dila Hai, which is a remix version of the popular Salman Khan song. Now, here, apparently, they have used Lord Krishna's image, okay, and given it a Muslim name, okay, and they have made fun of his character. So I don't know why they do this, and why do they, want to make fun of Sanatana Dharma? We just spoke of a movie that is making crores, you know, and that has not mocked the religion. It has only shown the reality of people who flock to the temples. It's a shame. Kalindi Singh, for example, Priyanka started a career in Tamil film with Vijay before moving to Bollywood. They're not getting it. If they fail, they will be written off. They feel Bollywood gives them a wider audience and a reach, says Kalindi. South films were always a gateway to Bollywood. So many Bollywood actresses have started their career from South. Their final aim has always been Bollywood. It's only because of the money, Kalindi, and the fact that the greed to have everything that these people possess, whether it's Deepika or, so it's see, many a times, not only Kalindi, I'm also talking to Karthik. See, when you all are debating on this issue of why these girls like Rashmika go to Bollywood. So let me go back to her. So yes, okay, let me take this comment. Yes, it's just money and fame. Everything is artificial in the movie world. I'm happy with my truthful family, involving myself happily writing books on digital technology, cybersecurity, etc. Now here, Jyotsna and Karthik and Chitra and Kalani, what I want to tell you is that, see, I don't know how many of you are literature students, English literature students, but those who would have read the book of Dr. Faustus, will know what it is. It was long time back, when Dr. Faustus, is met by the devil, and the devil says that, see, I'll give you everything that you wish, okay, but you will have to sacrifice your soul, So Dr. Faustus doesn't realize the value of his soul, and he gives way to all the pleasures of life, and he enjoys it, and then the time for him to go comes, and he knows what is in store for him, the worst kind of torture. And he says, how much time is left? And the clock ticks, ticks, ticks. At that time, I was just a young student, and I was wondering what is the feeling where you sell your soul to the devil? I did not know. But when I see Bollywood, this is exactly what I understand. When I see the people like Karan Johar, okay, and when I see people like Manish Malhotra, I know what these girls would feel about selling their souls to the devil. Because once you're sold, you have complete control over you. Though there is no cage physically, you are in a cage. You have to give in to their demands because they will have something against you. It could be in the form of a video, it could be some proof that you have heard. You know. So this is a very, very frightening prospect and very well explained by Jyotsna as well. Rashmika and Samantha should learn from Devi, who was so popular in South, and she left everything to come to Bollywood and married Pony and finally was murdered. Here also, Chitra, let me just tell you, jog your memory, that Devi was not all that clean as well, okay? Because her mother exploited her as a child artist, okay? And she worked under very, very sleazy directors like Ivy Shashi, and in Kerala, and many other South Indian directors. And she was a girl who was, they made her expose a lot, And it was only when she made her name that people started seeing a more what you call a dignified lady and a more talented lady. Otherwise, she has been exploited just like all the other actresses. So the story is the same, the faces are different. I feel the actors should refuse to do movies which criticize our Hindu gods, says Nina. Jyotsna, you have written books on cybersecurity. Very interesting, yes. Apparently, Salman has blessed Karthik as the next phenomenon to now be hailed as someone who did not have a part in SSR's death as he so encourages. Lone Rangers not supporting by KJO, YRF, and CAMP. Dhanashri, please do watch Gujarati movie Reva, which is based on Narmada Parikrama. It is adaptation of a Gujarati novel Tatva Masi. It is available in YouTube and MX Player. So I think this is a movie we should watch. Also, friends, yesterday we've been watching this serial called Panchayat. Okay. Now, this is the kind of a simple film, a very simple film with Neena Gupta and directed beautifully. Okay. So this is something also that you can see. It doesn't have any songs and all that for you to be thrilled about. A very simple story of what happens when a young man doesn't get the job that he wants, though he's an IT graduate. That's why they're always on drugs and drinks to numb their feelings. People like you are very rare in the film industry, man, Jyotsna. Many of them are greedy and after fame. Meryl Streep's Death Becomes Her is the best example of a film which shows the futility of fame and truthfulness of life. Told in a yes, I've seen it. I think it's Goldie Hawn is also there in that. The Art of Being Invisible, mainly for families. I'll surely share a PDF with you all as it is my duty. Thank you so much, Jyotsna. And do come on our show. Thank you. We'll look for Reva. Karthik, welcome to the CM family. So let's move on to the next topic, Jay.
Yeah.
Yes, my big sister is a fan of Panchayat. Jitendra Kumar has become a very famous after the show.
So yeah, coming to the next piece of news, friends, I think you'll find it quite amusing. Is that it's again Urvashi Rotela. As you know, that Rishabh Pant met with a very serious car accident, and he somehow got out of the accident alive, and he has been recovering. And he posted a picture, of his recovery. And so Urvashi Ratoela, expressed she shows her fondness for the for Rishabh Pant, and called him an asset and India's pride when she was asked about his recovery. So apparently, she is hell bent on chasing Rishabh Pant and sort of stalking his moves, right? So what does this say?
Yeah. So you know that the cabal are behind him and they will not let him go. Now, Jyotsna says the only reason I got attracted to CM family is what best can we do for society, which Minama and Jaydev are doing. Thank you for that, Jyotsna. We're trying our best, and I'm so glad that you have become a part of us. Urvashi running behind Rishabh still. Karthikaran is not innocent, says Ajay Kumar. In Neha Dupya's show, he said that Sushant's social media should be banned because he always posts pictures of Lord Shiva. Malikappuram, Reva, Panchayat, let's support better film and
Yes,
enjoy
Sonal.
these films. Boycott Bollywood. Yes, and also this film that we had seen, which is what, also with Neena Gupta, a very simple movie made brilliantly.
Hi, Simple.
Welcome, more simple. Yeah, yeah. Jay.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news. So apparently, even Smriti Irani,
But
commented
this is again,
regarding.
see, Jaydev, this is again, see, something she's been told to do. That is attack, Soros. Otherwise, I do not find anything, sort of spectacular about what she said today. You know, I wish she would actually do what she is meant to do, and which is protect women and children. So in fact, if you look at what is happening in Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma is doing what she should have done, which is stopping child marriages. I've been looking at that issue and I was shocked. Little kids are being married off to these old men, and they are just forced to do it. And look at the way Himanta Biswa, as a chief minister, has handled it. And look at the way the policemen are rounding them up. This is how a chief minister and his state should be working. So, deliberately, I did not even touch this topic as spread by this lady because I do not believe in what she says. She says something and she does exactly the opposite. So that's why I feel it's just not, true. Dhanashri, please do watch Kota Factory season 1 and 2. Mind blowing acting of. Okay, so this is another one, friends, that we should watch. See, one thing, friends, that we've seen is that, see, because of the kind of discussions that we have, all of us are suggesting good movies, good intentions, and what we should do in society, and that makes us much better human beings. So thank you for that, Dhanashri. As you had predicted, Minaji, after Bollywood, cricket is next. Sting opt on Chetan making resign as selector shows the inner dark workings of PCC. Here, Maya, there are two things that I'd like to mention. One is the remarriage, or rather the second, one more marriage with the same lady of Hardik Pandey. What the hell does he think he is doing? He goes to Rajasthan and he gets married and he tweets about it. Doesn't he know about the terrible scandal that he was involved in with Riaz Bhatti's wife? And does he think that people have such a short memory? Okay, that is one. Second thing is, which I'm quite sad about, is that, see, just like IPL, now the women cricketers have another IPL. I don't know what it is called, another PL, something with PL, And at this event, Rajiv Shukla, the way he was looking at the young girls, made me, like grimace, because I don't trust these people at all. Because IPL itself is what you call an adda for, sort of scandals. Now, are they going to involve the young cricket girls who are doing so brilliantly? It's a very, very sad thing that, I was felt that is coming, in the future. Then Ashri Kulkarni, where is Kota available? Thank you, most simple. Friends, do hit the like button. We all know about Soros long back. Smriti talk about him is equivalent to laughing on a joke after. Yes, exactly, Karthik. See, this is the kind of emotion that I felt when I heard her say this. Let us change our own socks first. Okay. Let us put our house in order before talking about Soros. She has a close relationship with Gates Foundation. Can she tell us more about that? Because now Bill Gates is in the eye of the storm, in concern with Epstein. Saffron Tiger very clearly said that he has gone about 40 or 25 times to Epstein's island. For what? Everybody knows Epstein is a pedophile. So I do not know why they make this lady say these things. when she herself is not doing her job. It's a sad thing, Karthik. We do not have enough people with good, people with conviction who are doing the right thing, talking about it. Please watch the romantics and make a video on it. Show us what lies these stars and Aditya. Yes, definitely. That's next on my list, Vanilian. Anup, Pathan flop or hit? What do you think, Anup? Empty theatres. Karthik Iyer, in the last 3 days, perhaps Smriti ji was busy savoring and burping from eating the golgappas or the royal food of Rajasthan at her stepdaughter's wedding. And you saw the interview where she talks to this Aaj anchor, and she tells her, my stepdaughter was named by Shah Rukh Khan, as though she is the he's the king of England, coming out from a minister. So these are things, Sonalji, first of all, she had kept a low before the wedding, thinking that, people will not notice all this. But everything comes in the public eye. Everybody knows what she's up to, So it's, we have to decide who our ministers should be. My final point would be these women really need to open their eyes and stop getting exploited for a temporary world pleasure, says Kaliti. Well said. Maya, BBC India carried interviews of child brides showing how helpless they are after arrests of their innocent husbands. So what happened to their liberal feminism? Definitely funded by Kamal. And did any Swara Bhaskar or Kareena Kapoor come with placards to talk about these young brides who were forced into marriages? Did Smriti Irani speak about it? No. What hats off to chief ministers like Himanta Biswa Sarma, because he never brags. Even if you look at the when the camera is moving with him, the video camera, he never even looks at it. You remember the question that he asked that media, "Kaun Shah Rukh Khan?" So these are, and look at Yogi ji. See, these are the people. They don't run after videographers or selfies. They are on the job. I've always seen that Yogi ji is constantly his face. He's thinking about what to do next. And he's so humble. When you see Modi ji walking, he'll never walk with him. He'll walk so many steps behind him, like Lord Rama and Hanuman. See. So I hope that when Modi ji gets re-elected, in 2024, which is going to happen because we need to stand with him, I hope he throws all these useless people in the dustbin and walks forward. So let me just take a comment from Chitra. Yesterday, I saw Prithvi Shah, the cricketer, fighting and objecting with some young women for taking a selfie or something. Very sad to see our young cricketer get into such acts. We need to lock up the greater people named in the Vora report. Exactly. Indians have to wake up to fight the right people and empower themselves to ask unworthy ministers to resign. Swara Bhaskar's marriage will fall if her husband is practicing Muslim. She's a liberal woke. They are together because they loathe Modi. Yes. And I believe he's in the Samajwadi Party. You know what it stands for. Okay. So on that note, we will say goodbye. See you tomorrow with more news. Thank you from Jaydev and me. Good night.
Jai Hind.